Well, it looks like silver is at 15. And in terms of cans of organic cat food, right, Putin? You're down, right? I mean, back basically you used to be able to get at least 30 of these organic cans of cat food, right, for your silver when it was over $40 an ounce, right? Yeah, you're down, aren't you? You don't care, do you, right? You got plenty of cat food, right? Well, I think Putin's chill. So this guy's real chill. So this is the perfect kind of investor for the silver market. He can hang in anything. And actually, well, let me just point out this. This is what I have to really say here because I'm going to try to keep this real short, but real common sense thing. And yeah, I want to say something that about Endless Mountain. That guy does do good charts. And somebody, one of the subscribers on my channel pointed out that Endless Mountain called this downturn. That guy's analysis of charts, if there's anybody out there that can really analyze with charts, that's him. He's good. He is good. But I want to put this out about the tide example. And, I was saying, like, it is a fact. It's not some conspiracy theory, but going back historically. Every time preceding hyperinflation has been a period of deflation where gold and silver and everything else is going down. I pointed out even food is going down, right? Food prices are not, well, agricultural commodity prices are going down. Maybe not the food at the retail end of the store, but agricultural commodity prices are going down. And there's all kinds of problems with droughts, but the biggest problem I saw was with the bees. Bee colony collapses are happening left and right. They're barely scrambling to get everything done. And there's no problem, there's no headline because, they'll ignore it till they can't ignore it. But that's kind of like what's going on with even the gold and silver market. They're paying everybody off in paper. But let's not get too much the other way because, the Western financial empire is not going to fall apart as extremely fast as some people might think. I'd almost compare it to the Roman Empire. It's going to be a series of events before the final big problem. And there's always ways to pull the American and Western Empire out of the hole. Actually, the problem is, the financial jackasses who are worthless cuckold dorks, who don't do nothing. They're bloodsuckers, man. They're non-producers. They're the useless eaters. But let me get on with this example about the tide. Before a tidal wave, the tide pulls out and everybody's like, they go back on the beach or looking, they're picking up fish, they're picking up seashells and sea life and things they've never seen before. That's almost like what people are doing in the stock market today. Because really, the Fed can pull the plug at any time. And actually, even in Wall Street, if you look back in the 20s, right? There was like a little mini crash, and then the banksters moved in and they put their money in, and everybody was happy, and everything was great. And then they pulled their money out and they said, "The hell with it." There's a lot of crap that can happen behind the scenes, and nobody's going to be warned. The average person's not going to be warned. So it's like you could be saying, "Yeah, you're missing out on this. You're missing out on all the fish that are out there on the ocean floor that are being exposed right now because the tide is out." Playing a dangerous game. That's what I look at it. But it's not going to take 24 hours to freaking change the situation. And in the economic world, it might take some months before there's a problem in the stock market. And what can do it and trigger it is, say, Moody's doing some type of statement about the dollar's strength. Basically through because the debt situation that's going on in the United States. That could change the scenario very quickly. So, I'm not worried about it, really, at all. Putin's not worried about it. He's got plenty of cat food. But, I know, like, there's psychologically people are, like, looking at this number too much, and that's really kind of the problem. But I don't think things are going to fall apart as fast as some people say. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff falling apart during the Obama administration, and when things start hitting, you're going to see the excessive conspiracy theories get out there. I almost compare this to the fall of Rome. Except this is the United States. Rome is not going to fall. Rome is not going to fall. Nope, it ain't. It ain't. It's just going to regroup and hit them back. Basically, that's all it's going to do. Rome is not going to fall. What's going to fall is the worthless dorks that are running the financial system. You know, I like doing accounting and finance too, but I've never had respect for people that's the only thing they know. It's like you got to know more than that. That's the way I look at it. But we shall see how things roll out here, because it is a proven fact, and it's not like a theory. And it's not, whenever there's going to be hyperinflation, there's always a period that precedes it of deflation. And that's what we're experiencing right now. And like I said, you know, just say, hey, don't even look at the metals prices for now, the silver prices. Food prices, agricultural commodity prices are down. Don't make sense. Look at what's going on in the world. You know, the agricultural industry is getting clobbered with droughts and weather problems in various ways, and plus the bee pollination, which I think is really mainly due to Monsanto. You know, I don't buy into that cell phone tower theory and the pesticides. The pesticides they had worse pesticides years ago. I think it's the genetically modified crops. I think that's what's screwing the shit up. Because that's the only thing that's really, really recent. So, you know, Monsanto, you're not going to hear nothing about this, but you know, that goes along with the depopulation plan. But I'm okay with depopulation on useless eaters, except I consider what, you know, a lot of the people consider themselves elite. I consider them the useless eaters. I'm okay with them getting depopulated. Don't bother me none. Man. Anyway, you could probably put them in these little cans. I could feed them to Putin or something, right? But it wouldn't be organic. You know, it'd probably be, you know, it'd be like meat byproducts instead of organic. You know, if you got, you know, elite in this thing, you know, I probably wouldn't give it to my cat anyway. So anyway, just chill out. Actually, every time, what gets me nervous if this crap's going to start going up really high. That's going to get me nervous, because then I'm thinking, should I sell? And I'm not going to know. I'm going to sell in pieces. And I think, you know, when things start heating up again, you know, I'll tell you the other thing is too. I know there's a big competition going on between the East and the West, and Russia has their own little power center. It's like Russia kind of works with the Western elite. Putin does. The real Putin, the human one. He does, but then he's in his own little power structure too, and they do things in their own interest. But, you know, our Western elite ain't going to, what's going to happen is they're going to go to war over this crap, man. They ain't going to mess around. Actually, you know, that is the mission of the Marine Corps, to fight for the Western elite. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I understand that. Your mission is to inflict pain and damage to the enemy, so they give up and you get your will imposed upon them. I understand that. Actually, I'm not anti-elite. I'm anti-stupid elite. And that's really like my problem, because these guys are freaking running the show in the United States. They're dumb. That's my problem. That's my problem with them. Just like I pointed out that stuff with the guy that was being shot up in a boat over there with the Boston bomber, whatever the hell it was, and he takes a pen and he writes on a wall, "Yeah, I did it. We were all, when you attack one of us, you attack all of us. Here's my confession on the wall." Who the hell thought of that shit? See, that's my problem with the elite. They are stupid, man. I don't like getting behind a bunch of freaking idiots. I'm not against the elite, per se, at all. No, I'm okay with that. Pro-USA all the way. All the way. All the way. So, I know a lot of people don't like that, but that's really what it is. I understand the deal. You know what? Even if you go back to World War II, World War I don't give a shit what it is. The military fought for the elite. I just don't like fighting for stupid elite. God, they're idiots, man. But hang on with silver. It's going to be an interesting ride, because later on, it's going to be scary when it goes up. You know, I'm more confident in it when it's down. When it goes up, I ain't going to know, should I sell now or should I wait? That's going to be tricky. So my guess is going to be sell it in steps, and make smart moves from there. So, it's an endless game. Just like Endless Mountain. I think, I always thought his name was because of the charts. It's like an endless mountain, but I guess it has something else to do with something. But he's you might see some predictions later on this year from him about silver busting through 40 or 50 or whatever. The elite ain't gonna give up, and the American military fights for the elite's interest. I just hope we got some smarter elite, man. These guys are dumb as shit. And that's really what I got the main problem with them, because they think they're stupid. I'd rather have elite, maybe I should be an elite. Hey, I don't know. Personally, if I was the elite and I said I wanted to go after Iran, and the real reason was because they don't use the dollar, I'd just say, yeah, it's because they don't use the dollar. Let's kill them. That's what I would do, right there. I wouldn't be making up any stories. So I'm a devil, okay? Anyway, fight for the elite, fight for the USA.